Reich is now 5-0 as a starter for the Bills in games that matter. He's a devoted Christian who finds strength through his faith. And the Bills certainly have faith in his quiet leadership. We asked him to relive the great comeback earlier this week.
And here we go. The Bills and the Oilers. It's playoff time at Rich Stadium. The crowd has started its crescendo.
It was amazing. You know, going into the game in a playoff mode where the loser goes home, there's a lot of pressure. But I really felt a lot of encouragement from the fans and from the people in the community, just real supportive. And that just helps, it helps ease a lot of the tension that you have going in, to feel like the crowd's behind you. And even in the game, it was just amazing to me how when we got down by quite a few points, I really still thought the crowd was still with us.
Reich drops back in the pocket, throws, and incomplete, and intercepted and taken away by the Oilers. Down the left sideline goes Bubba McDowell, and McDowell runs into the end zone for the touchdown. And the Oilers are just gushing with points here, leading now 35-3.
You're so conditioned, and we're so conditioned as athletes to play to the final whistle. Even when you're losing 35-3, I know as a quarterback, when I'm out there in the field, no matter what the score is, every play, you got to play as hard as you can, or you're really just going to get embarrassed. And I think that's kind of what our thought was let's not get embarrassed like we are. Let's make it respectable at least, and go out and start putting some points on the board and start giving our fans something to cheer about. So I don't think the thoughts were like the game's over. I think it was, let's just make it respectable, and then before you know it, things turned around.
Rolls out, throws, down there is Reed at the 5, in for the touchdown. Andre Reed has scored. And now the Bills are back in this game. 26 yards.
Has this game swung? Like a tidal wave.
I think it clicked in for me when the score got to be 35-24. It was late in the third quarter. We had just scored. You know, you look up at the clock, and I mean, we still got over a quarter of football to play, and we were only down by 11 points, and it was pretty hard to believe. But I think at that point I thought, hey, let's turn this respectability into a win, and I think that was pretty much the consensus as I talked to some of the other players after the game, that was the magic score as far as when it got to be 35-24. I think where everyone said we can win this game.
32-yard field goal, and maybe the impossible dream, the impossible comeback by the Bills. Adam Lingner ready to snap it back. It's 38-all. Bills can win it here. Reich puts it down. The kick is on the way, and it is good. And the Bills have won it. The Bills have won it. The Bills have won it. They won it 41-38.
When Steve made the kick to win the game, you know, I just kind of almost went numb. And as I remember Don Beebe running out to me on the field and giving me a big hug, and I almost felt like I passed out. It was like my legs got weak, and I just kind of fell down, and some tears came to my eyes. And I remember when I came into the locker room after the game, you know, we always say a prayer, a team prayer, the whole team together. We always say the Our Father. And I really couldn't even say it because I was in tears, and it was so emotional for me. And you know, it meant an awful lot in a lot of different ways in my life. And so it was just a very emotional time for me.
Frank wound up 21 of 34 for 289 yards, easily his best day as a Buffalo